Coach, your first practice as an NFL head coach, how did it go? What stood out?
Put that light on.
I mean, we're out of pads, a couple of helmets, a couple of people fell down here and there. Everybody ran around for the most part. We're getting the kinks out, and we know we got a long process. But they worked hard, so we'll go from there.
How did Geno look today?
To say I was watching the whole time, I'd be lying. I was kind of looking at everybody. I'll look at the film and get a better grasp of it, but he looked sharp. He had some recall from what he was doing as far as I knew.
Todd, what was your overall message to the team yesterday when you had your first meeting?
The biggest thing is what we're here for, accountability. We're going to work hard every day. We're not going to look past the day. We just try to win the day and get better. We got to be accountable for each other. We got to have chemistry, and we got to play as a team. We got to play a lot smarter, than we've been playing. So in the spring, we made a lot of mistakes and kind of let them know what the rules were, what I wanted, what I didn't want, and we went from there.
Todd, we haven't had a chance to speak to you since Sheldon got suspended. Just how disappointed are you in that situation?
Obviously disappointed about something like that. It's been a while since he got suspended. We've come to grips with it, and we'll help him hopefully get help with his problem, and he'll practice every day, and we'll get him in shape, and it should be a good lesson for him. I'm sure his parents is more disappointed than anybody, and he understands that, and his actions will speak louder than his words going forward.
Are you extra disappointed because you can't get suspended unless you fail multiple drug tests for marijuana? I mean, he basically had a warning, and it still happened. Does that part bother you?
You're disappointed because one of your players got suspended, regardless of the crime or whatever happened. So from that standpoint, you're disappointed. But at the same time, you got to go forward with the other guys.
What's going to be your plan for how much you're going to use him? Knowing that you're going to miss him the first four games, here in training camp. How are you going to work him in with the reps?
He's practicing. I mean, we talked about it. He understands. He's running second team right now to get his reps because he's not playing the first four games. So he understands that, and we had that discussion already, and that's how we're using him.
Will that be throughout training camp, Todd? Will you do that with him in the second team?
Mostly, depending on where the guys go down in different packages, he'll get some reps here and there, but for the most part, he'll get his shape and get his reps at second team.
When did you find out about Sheldon's suspension?
It was sometime this summer. I don't know, because I had surgery. It was kind of on my phone a little bit, and I hadn't checked it in a few days. But when I found out, this summer, we called and we talked about it, and we went from there.
Was it shortly after minicamp? Because the news got out around, I guess, just before the 4th of July.
Yeah, it was around that time. It was around that time.
Right after minicamp, or?
It was after minicamp. I can't tell you the exact day.
Right.
What does it mean for Leonard, Todd, as far as him getting more reps and kind of accelerating his learning curve?
It doesn't accelerate his learning curve. I mean, it's a process. He gets a bunch of reps anyway. All the D linemen do, and we'll see how many guys, if not one, how many guys can fill that spot.
Is it fair to expect, though, that he would get the lion's share of snaps that Sheldon would have occupied?
He'll get a bunch of snaps at it. I mean, we got Douzable, we got Bowen, we got Vickerson sitting over there. We got a bunch of guys that get reps at that, but Leonard, we'll take a long look at him.
How nice is it to have Mohammadi and saying that he is not going to let the contract situation distract him? He'll play this season under that current contract?
No, Mo's a good guy. He's a competitor. Obviously, every player wants a better contract, but he came in. He's a professional. He's a great guy to be around. We're happy to have him here, and he came in great shape. So we look forward to having a good season.
Todd, are the guys on the PUP list, are there any you're optimistic will come off quickly, or those three?
We'll see how Willie goes. He may be the quickest one off, and we'll kind of go from there.
Todd, any reaction to Tom Brady's suspension being upheld?
Not really, no.
What's your plan with right guard in camp and splitting those reps?
There'll be different guys, different days, and different drills, and we'll get a better feel when the pads come on. They got to battle that spot out. There's some tough people in there, and they're going to battle it out, so we're going to take a look at it.
Todd, what was your thinking in not putting Milner on PUP? He only did individuals today, right?
He only did individuals today, but he ran well yesterday. He's been doing good all summer, so in the next 2 days or so, he'll do a little bit more.
Could you imagine the first day of training camp, the weather would be like this and you guys have to move it inside?
When I played, I don't think we saw rain for about 6 years, so it's supposed to be hot, but it's a little different. So, when the siren goes off and the thunder, it gets a little dangerous, so we had to go indoors.
Todd, what was the thinking with the schedule, putting practice in the middle of the day?
It's hot, it's not Cortland. Guys need to get in shape. Some people ran indoors all summer. You need to get in heat shape. You practice 70 degrees and go play a preseason game and it's 94 or 90 degrees, then you're in trouble. So it helps get guys in shape, It'll help better with the curfew at night, so guys have nothing to do but go to sleep. And, it's just really getting guys in shape and getting them in football shape.
Todd, is Ridley anywhere close to being ready to practice?
Like I said, he runs well straight ahead, and we're not trying to rush him. We're going to take it as a process, and you know, from that standpoint, we'll go forward, and I'll know more as it goes. But I think he's doing better, but I can't tell you what his timetable is.
Is it more closer to weeks as opposed to days?
I could not tell you. I would hope it's short, and it's a couple weeks, or just short of a couple weeks, but I can't tell you for sure. Depending on whether he runs or turf or grass or those type of things, they'll have a factor on it.
A few weeks ago, did you have any concern that Mo wouldn't show up for training camp?
I didn't think of it one way or the other. You know, he came to mini camp, which was a positive sign, so that said a lot about him. If you know the kid and know the character, you had an idea he would be here, but you didn't know until he showed up.
Is he giving you a sense that he's bothered by the fact that he doesn't have doesn't have that long-term contract?
No, he's been fine.
Are there any guys other than D who are medically cleared but have some restrictions on them in Broncos?
No.
Todd, how different did it seem overseeing the whole operation as a head coach?
Didn't seem much different. You know, you can't focus in on certain things or certain groups at one time. You got to go back and look at the film a few times to see everybody. So from that standpoint, it's a little different.
Todd, did the push-ups replace the wind sprints as the practice?
There'll be different things. That's what they came up with. So, you know, we're in camp and it's hot and there's a lot of running going on, so you really don't want to run them temperature-wise and run them extra after that. So the push-ups were today, and it might be a while, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you.